China is a threat to Communist Party rule everywhere in China. Behind its apparent confidence in its worldview, there lies a deep insecurity.
The BBC's John Sudworth on China's view of the rest of the world as it prepares for its 5-yearly Communist Party Congress. That was News Hour for a Friday evening, UK time. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye for now.
This is the BBC World Service. And on the inquiry this week...
This weekend, Brazil goes to the polls to elect a new president. Politically, the two candidates are far apart, and their policies have polarized the nation. So this week on the inquiry, we're asking, how can Brazil's next president unite the country?
The inquiry at bbcworldservice.com/inquiry. At 21:50 GMT, witness history.
It's 1954 and West Germany are going head-to-head with Hungary in the World Cup final. A moment which will go down in footballing and footwear history.
The fifth floor is next. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
On the fifth floor today, protests in the Caucasus and cancer patients mistakenly served call-up papers. How is Russia's military drafting going on the ground? Also on the program, economic hardship and instabilities have led to many Venezuelans leaving their country and taking refuge all over the world. One of the countries welcoming these refugees is Iceland. But how is life for them in the land of ice and snow?
Venezuela is a South American country, but it's in the southern part of the Caribbean Sea, so we have Caribbean weather. And so you have this country with extraordinary weather, and as you compare it to Iceland, it's not that the weather in Iceland is bad, it's just that it's very different from that. I mean, Iceland made me feel that the UK is like a Caribbean island.
From the tropics to the Arctic in search of a better life. All that and more is coming up on the fifth floor after the latest BBC News.
Hello, I'm David Harper with the BBC News. There's been strong international condemnation of Russia's moves to annex parts of Ukraine. President Biden said Moscow won't be allowed to get away with seizing its neighbours' territories. He warned Vladimir Putin the US and its allies wouldn't be intimidated by him.
We're fully prepared to defend it. I'm going to say this again. America is fully prepared with our NATO allies to defend every single inch of NATO territory. Every single inch. So, Mr. Putin, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Every inch.
Washington also widened its sanctions against Russia, while EU countries accused Mr. Putin of putting global security at risk. A vote at the UN Security Council to condemn the annexations has been vetoed by Russia. China, India and Brazil abstained from the vote. NATO's Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said the illegal land grab was the most serious escalation of the conflict since Russia started the war. He said the alliance would remain resolute in providing support to Ukraine to defend itself against Russian aggression for as long as it took. President Volodymyr Zelensky has signed an application to join the alliance. It's seeking an accelerated procedure, but despite close ties, there's no immediate prospect of NATO states granting membership. President Zelensky says there have been significant results in Ukraine's counter-offensive in the east. Ukrainian forces are reported to be on the verge of encircling the strategically important town of Liman in the Donetsk region. An army captain in Burkina Faso has gone on national television to say he has seized power. Ibrahim Traoré said he had deposed the country's military ruler, Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba, and dissolved the government and constitution. Earlier in the day, Colonel Damiba said he was talking to disaffected troops after the capital Ouagadougou was woken by the sound of gunfire. Schools, businesses and banks were shut and state television was taken off air for an extended period. The unrest comes amid growing dissatisfaction in Burkina Faso with Colonel Damiba. He seized power in January, promising to end an Islamist insurgency in the north, which displaced 2 million people in 7 years.